Happy Boxing Day. Sorry, my voice is a little rough today. I've been sick for the last 8 days or something, right through Christmas. Feeling better, but I'm still a little froggy, so I apologize to that. And that's why this video, which I said was going to be released last week, is only being released today. What is this video? This video is something I've been meaning to do for a long time. And it was kind of about my subscriber base. So I said when I hit 10 subscribers, I was going to post this video about how I created this painting here. Yes, it's one of my experimental wave paintings. It was a very challenging painting for me, but I oddly love this painting. So I hope you guys like it too, and at the end of this video I am going to tell you how you can win this painting. It's not a huge painting, but you know, hey, it's a free painting. So let's jump into the studio again. This painting was painted a while ago, so it's in the old studio. But I'm going to do some commentary over the top, maybe not necessarily how I painted it, but some thoughts about painting and how paintings sometimes change and or how you have to fight with a painting. So let's go to that now. This painting, I'm going to do a little talking about the process of this painting, specifically along with talking about how things go and how things don't always go as planned when painting. So as you can see here, again, I start with a rough sketch. I'm using a resource that I found online, some big waves. Sometimes I'll use like 2 or 3 and combine them. Sometimes I just use one, sometimes more. Use Photoshop to add it. Here I'm just getting some really general dark colors. I normally don't start on a white canvas. If you've seen any of my videos before, you may have or may remember that. But so this initial step, I was painting a whole bunch of paintings this day, including the morel mushroom painting that you can find in my videos, and a couple other ones. Again, this is in the old studio. Pretty much quickly slammed it out, and now doing a little splattering of some reds and stuff, unexpected colors underneath, and I stopped there. And now I'm pushing the blues. This is on a dry canvas, putting blues on kind of like a transparency, just to add some colors, and I start pushing that, and I realize I do not like it at all. It's almost too bold, too blue. I think I was using phthalo blue in this instance, and it is such a strong color. But I worked through it for a little while, and then after a bit, I'm like, no, this is not working. So I take a rag, and that's the great thing about oil paints. And again, this is done in oil. I wipe down a whole bunch of that initial paint. You go, nope, I need this more subtle, because the feel I wanted was kind of isolated and kind of cool, lonely. So just pushing those ideas and getting the form straight are kind of essential. And I'm redrawing a lot of the stuff I originally drew here, because I wasn't quite satisfied where the position of the where the wave starts coming up in kind of that center spot. I'm adding some of that beautiful turquoisey color that waves in the ocean, especially this Pacific Ocean seems to have. I've been to the ocean, not as much as I'd like, but I was really fascinated by the color of light coming through the wave, even if the sky and the water itself in the darker portions, the thicker portions where light's not refracting as much, come through. And this painting here specifically, I was very unhappy with kind of the flatness of it originally. I had to step away from it because I was not liking where it was going. And now this is the third day of painting. I don't know how many days I let it dry here anymore, but pushing back that sky again, because I didn't want the sky to really overpower the beauty of the wave itself. And I often paint over paintings, whether just minorly, nice back of the head, minorly or majorly. There's been paintings that I've been so discouraged with that over years keep coming back and futzing with it. I have literally, totally and utterly just used that canvas or board or paper or whatever it has been to my advantage by just scrapping the painting underneath, leaving some of the color to inform the new painting, but getting rid of the old. I've been also known to take the painting out back and literally burn the bitch down to the ground, as it were. Some paintings in some canvases seem to just never feel right. So, it's kind of like, that one restaurant that is on the corner of the street that has changed hands 8 million times, and nobody seems to be able to get that right. Sometimes you have to look at your painting on a surface and it just never works out right on that one for whatever reason. Don't be afraid, just get rid of it. It's hard, especially if it's hand-stretched canvas and you spend a lot of time just working on that alone. Oh, by the way, canvas stretching video coming out soon. Not quite sure when yet, but it's filmed. It's coming out soon. Hopefully early in the newer year. I'll put a card up here when it's done. So if you come to this late, you can find that video. But now this painting I'm finally starting to feel the shape of the water coming up and forming the ridge before the big wave there. So just continually working on the darks, working on the lights, moving forward. Adding greens to the foreground to give it more life. And I will actually, in a very blue painting like this, I will add reds and sometimes a little yellow into there, just subtly, just to give some color harmony. Because what looks good with the opposite color, I'll make a video about color theory at some point, but just a brief thing is, if your canvas is too blue, it becomes kind of unharmony. The harmony kind of goes away. And so just having some subtle things, and I painted over a lot of the reds from the early splatters and stuff. Here again, I'm forcing some of those nice kind of frothy bubbles that, you know, in the ocean you always see. The little lines that kind of follow the peaks and the valleys, gives the wave, the water. You know, you think of water as liquid, but when you're painting it, you have to kind of think of it as an object, a solid object at that. And now, kind of doing the final details of the break. You know, the break is the most fun thing, I think, on waves. Pushing in, I go back and forth on that just to add interest. Put some blues, some other colors back into the break, and the beauty of the movements, and done. I've been doing a lot of waves in the last couple of years. Some from my own reference, some from other people's reference. This one was from somebody else's reference. I will link one of the videos right here. It was my actual first video about starting out here. It's kind of a bad video, but if you want to laugh, that's a good video because I tried way too many things. But onward and upwards. This painting, if you want this painting, please make a comment below. Also like the video, and if you're not already subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe too. I will be drawing random names. I'm not big enough to worry about doing it on some fancy service or whatever, so on your honor, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll be picking out I'll be picking a name at the beginning of the new year, maybe on the 2nd, posting a video about who won this wonderful painting, maybe 3rd or 4th, or maybe even the 5th, depending on how I'm feeling and how getting back to the real world of work treats me. So I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Hanukkah, all that good stuff, and I hope 2019 is going to be amazing. Why don't you also comment on what your big plans are for the new year? Be great. Bye.